This screencast is going to overview Weebly website building platform, and you'll see how easy it is. No website building experience is necessary. If you log into Google beforehand, you can easily sign up for an account and then log in via Google credentials, which makes that process a lot easier. We're going to assume that you've gone through these 3 steps here to get started with a free account, and that you're going to proceed to then log in. Just clicking on your Google login option here will log you in pretty quickly. And you're going to build a site. These are existing sites that I've already built. You won't have a list like this already established in your own account. But let's pretend we're starting out fresh, as you will be, and you're going to pick a site, and you'll have lots of themes to choose from. You can change your theme at any time, so don't feel like you're locked into it and have to stick with it forever. But just scroll down and see if you find one that you want to start off with, and go ahead and choose it. Some of the themes, if you hover down near the bottom, have some different color options that will affect the tab color or the text color. So check for that. Some don't. Okay. So we'll just pick one to get started, and it'll load your site. If you stick with the free option here, you will have Weebly.com at the end of your web address, which isn't a big deal, and it's free and it looks really nice. So we'll just make this Ninja example that's available. If your name that you choose is not available, it'll show a red X and you'll have to pick a different name. So name your site and then continue. And now you can start building your site. We're in the build mode here, and you would have a list of items over here in this menu to choose from. Some of the items, like you see the little stars, these options come with the paid Weebly account, so not all these options are available for you to drag onto your page, so just be aware of that. In the design mode, you can do things like change your theme if you decide on something different, or the color scheme of what you've chosen. You can adjust fonts or background, so be aware of those options under design. The pages menu is where you're going to add various pages to your website, and every page that you add ends up being a tab across the top of your website. See these headings: home, about, contact. Those are different pages, home, about, contact, that are part of the website. So if I don't really want an about page, I can select it and delete it. I can select it and delete it, and just have a home page to start with too. And now you see I only have a home page. If I want to add a blog page or a different standard page, you just have to give it a name. Maybe I want to have a course syllabus page. You can choose to have one with a header where you'd put an image, or no header, so there's some different options here. And then once you save and edit, it will open up for you to edit. And now I have a course syllabus page. So any page you add ends up being part of your menu navigation across the top. Under the store heading, you're not going to really deal with this stuff too much. You can explore it, but it doesn't really apply to what our purpose is. And under the settings, if you were building a site with someone else, you could add an editor here and give permissions for someone else to help build your site. And then there's some other options here that you can choose. Like you could change the favicon if you upgraded your account. You could choose to have your website displayed in a mobile optimized version. Different things down here. You can unpublish your site if you don't want it visible for a certain amount of time. So that's just under different settings, things you can do. So back to build. Let's work on the home page first. This is how easy it is to deal with Weebly. Click and you can change. Okay, so whatever your title wants to be, click and you can change. You can change colors, bold, underline. This is enlarge the text or decrease the size of the text. You can hyperlink something so that this went to a website and create the link. You can center, there's formatting options here. So that's what this menu is for. This button, you can make it link to anywhere you want, some website or a different page that you've made, or it can be launching an email to you. So that's what the button is for. If you choose a theme that has a button, you can't get rid of the button. So just make sure you assign it to be something useful, and then you can choose to set this up like that. And now it's an email button. You can also configure the little tabs up here to do those kinds of things as well, like automatic little email, or if you're involved in these social media things, then you can have them on your page, or you can delete them if you don't want those on the top of your page. You can change the image of your header by editing the image and choosing one from their image gallery, or you can upload your own image and play with that. Okay, looking at different kinds of backgrounds or all the backgrounds at once. So there's that option too. Now for the main part of your page, you can just click and drag whatever you want to add to your page, whether it's a title with some description underneath it. I'm just clicking and dragging, and then it'll tell you click to edit. And then you just add the content. For an image, if you put it right in front of the title, it's going to kind of wrap like this, and you can then just click to upload from your computer any image that you want. We'll just stick that in there right there. And you can always move it and put it somewhere else too. So just by clicking and dragging, very easy to design. The slideshow, if you have a bunch of things you want to kind of have in a looping gallery type thing, you could deal with the slideshow. The embed code you could use if you are embedding a Google form. You would paste the embed code here that you'd get from the Google form. You can use a divider to divide your page, and it creates a little line. It's a really faint gray line that you can see, so you could have different sections to your page. You can add buttons to your page and make them say and link to whatever you would like. This spacer is a way to create columns. So I put a spacer here, and it creates the illusion of like a column, two columns. So I could put something here too, like maybe another title. So then I have two titles, two sections of the page. So spacers can go anywhere you put them, and you can put multiple spacers together. Other things you can do is insert YouTube videos really easily, link other files, or insert documents. I like the embed feature the best because then you just make the changes from your Google Drive and it automatically updates on your website. So that's pretty nice. And then down at the bottom, if you are interested in exploring any of these things, but some of these things go with the paid option, so you just kind of have to click and check if it's available to you or not. But that's how easy it is to start designing your page. When you're finished, you would publish the page, and then it would ask you to register your domain or connect. You don't have to worry about all this. If you've already named it, just click continue. And then after it publishes, this link is what it looks like to the public. So you can click on that and look, or you can just close this and continue editing. You don't have to do any of this stuff right here. This is just completely optional. You can just ignore that, but you can look at it to see what the live view looks so far, and then you can just go back to editing to make some changes. So hope that gives you a little overview of Weebly. It's very simple, and there's lots of other additional tutorials on YouTube too if you wanted to explore what other people have put out there about building Weebly websites.